These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. No rest for the weary. Beautiful counter shot. Unlucky to miss with that jab. Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something special.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. They're giving us a high-tempo show. You'd like to see more jabs. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. And there's the bell for round two. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Good counterpunching. That left hook misses. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift. There's a counter shot. They both want a highlight reel knockout. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Missed him with that uppercut. punch. Both of these fighters have the conditioning to go the distance, no problem. They also have the power to end this with one punch. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Beautiful counter punch. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance with...
Back at it in round 4. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Missing with the hook. I'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun. Good man.
Go back and win the round, right? There's only one round that you've got.
Keep smart. The jab's working nice. There's 1, 2.
Don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on, you're getting back into this. You're better than this, kid. Go back out there and win the round. Get back behind the jab. Basics.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Straight right just misses. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That hook just can't find the target. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Punch, counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. I promise. Let's start the 6. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Catch and shoot. Good defense there to stop that hook. Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. Didn't wait long. Hold that thought. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. How are they still standing?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They're going deep into the gas tank on this round. That jab misses. They exchange punches. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That was almost a 10-8. Here comes round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history book.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Just missed with that hook. And he scores with the counter. And he misses with that jab. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. After what we... And they're back at it again here in round 8. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
And he misses with that straight left. Those counter punches have to hurt. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Swing and a miss with that left hook. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. A perfect counter lands. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
That's when you talk about championship material.
There's the bell to start round 9. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Do you believe this? Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Misses with the straight left. And he fails to score with that left hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. This is the 10th. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Nice defense with that jab. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Looking to land the hook. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Is he going to punch himself out, though? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
This is the 11th we've entered the championship rounds. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in 1. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Swing and a miss with that hook. That counter punch caught him clean. Very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot guess that if you could...
On to the 12th. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Good counter punch. Well, Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Got him with a left jab. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
His stamina is off the charts. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little favourite and pickpocket him.
Is he gonna punch himself out, though? And this fight is over. Oh my goodness, I want to see that one more time.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Listen to me, are you okay? You're out.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory. That's it.